take you out to a nice seafood dinner. Play your cards right. I can call you again.
It's Bassment Boys time!
The time is now.
Jungle Boswick, Bear Swiftly, Hollywood. Here to read the 48 Laws of Power. We're on law number 4.
My
Four of
number.
48, obviously.
We're moving.
How
through.
succinct was that?
That was excellent.
It might be succinct. I'm not 100% sure what that word means.
Right.
This guy is
Looks
getting
like,
too
when
fucking
you spell it out,
fancy
it
in the
looks like
chat.
sucking it.
Right. It
Yeah.
looks like your spell check isn't working on your phone.
Like,
It's
I'm like,
like,
no,
what-
I had a feeling like that's a word.
What did you like? Right, you say to somebody, you're like, "Well, that was succinct."
How do
You
you
were
fucking?
succinct.
I'll never
Any
use
word you
it.
say is a word, technically. Even if it's not a word.
They're all
just
made up,
invented it.
imaginary.
Yep, that is true.
Well, this is perfect timing.
What do we got for law number 4?
Law number 4.
Law number 4.
Always say less than necessary. Which does kind of make sense. You do show your ass a bit.
I fail.
It happens. We all fail at this one. This is not our forte.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
This is the worst law out of all.
This might be the one
on
on, man.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
bend
You're not kidding though.
Come on.
Like,
I'm gonna break the law on this one, folks. All right.
Fuck, I'm doomed.
this one, yes.
It's kind of fitting that I'm reading it, actually. Judgment.
Oh, fuck.
When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear and the less in control. Even if you are saying something banal, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and, sphinx-like. Yeah, I think that was real. What's sphinx-like?
Cat-like, I would assume.
Interesting. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Yeah, that's very true. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty spot on.
Down on his luck, the screenwriter Michael Arlen went to New York in 1944 to drown his sorrows. He paid a visit to a famous brothel. It was actually a restaurant, 21. Wasn't a brothel, I just figured.
Yeah,
I bet you he did, though.
I know you did,
It was
dude.
the 40s.
I
He
know you
fucked a
did.
couple of
We're
whores.
just gonna
Right.
add in our own.
Or
Right.
actually, he was a screenwriter in the 40s.
Ad-libbing and paraphrasing
He
the
might-
48 powers.
He might be a gay guy. Let's be honest.
We're just gonna change history as we're
Yeah,
reading this book.
right. Like,
I don't mind it. In the
Really
lobby.
neither did he.
In the lobby. A lobby of a restaurant. What are we talking about here?
The 40.
The 40s were nuts, dude. They had lobbies in the goddamn restaurant.
Yeah, but everybody's wearing a suit and a top hat and looking all good.
Right.
In the lobby, he ran into Sam Goldwyn, who offered the somewhat impractical advice that he should be racehorses. What? Should buy racehorses. But it's the wrong racehorse. Buy. It's B-Y. Not B-Y-E. Or B-U-Y.
B-U-Y?
B-U-Y. There's a bunch of different ways
This is
to
why
say
the
buy.
English language sucks, because there's
Hey,
some
hey,
ways to
hey,
spell
hey,
buy.
listen, bud.
B.I.?
English language is fine.
I'm a bit retarded, folks.
If you haven't noticed.
Hey, we're all on a different
Should
spectrum
buy
here.
racehorses. At the bar, Arlen met Louis B. Mayer, an old acquaintance who asked him what were his plans for the future. I was just talking to Sam Goldwyn, began Arlen. How much did he offer you? Interrupted Mayer. He
You don't know
replied
what his job is, honey,
evasively.
then
He,
you can't
he
afford it.
replied evasively. Not enough. Fucking clearly. Would you take 15,000 or 30 weeks? What?
Are we still in the red?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
wild.
he is in the red.
That's what's the problem. Is
He's in the red in more ways
the
than
red's a
one.
bit hard to read.
We are now in the red hard.
No hesitation this time. Yes.
Just got to the second page of Red 2.
Said Arlen. See that? What? Oh, okay. This guy said too much. Hey, how much did he offer you? I fucking 15?
Not enough.
30? And then he said, yeah, that's it. So I'm glad I fucking said some shit because it was boring. Keys to power.
Wow.
Now we're down to the paragraphs,
Did you
ladies
listen
and
to
gentlemen.
Wow.
Power
I
is
just
in
placed
many
my
ways
What
a
a fucking
game
tangent.
of appearances, and when you say less than necessary, you inevitably appear greater and more powerful than you are. Your silence will make other people uncomfortable. Humans are machines of interpretation and explanation. They have to know what you are thinking. When you carefully control what you reveal, they cannot pierce your intentions or your meaning. Yeah, that makes sense.
We should definitely read the paragraphs first.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This is a work in progress.
Yeah,
everybody.
dude, we're just warming up. From downtown, on fire, cheat codes.
Your short, your short answers
up,
are
left, right,
and
left,
silences.
right,
You know what?
start
We've spoken too much about this chapter. We're going to skip to chapter 5. No, just joking. Your short answers and silences will put them on the defensive, and they will jump in nervously, filling the silence with all kinds of comments, and will reveal valuable information about them and their weaknesses. They will leave a meeting with you feeling as if they had been robbed, and they will go home and ponder your every word. This extra attention to your brief comments will only add to your power. Ask me a question. Damn it, that was even better. Don't ask me at all. Your silence fucking says, and I jumped in immediately, and now you look out. I'm an insecure guy. And all of a sudden,
I noticed.
terrible businessman. Folks.
Damn, this book really works.
Right? As a young man, the artist Andy Warhol, not going to talk anything else about Andy Warhol, all right? I'll leave that guy alone. Had the
You don't
revelation
want to talk about Andy
In Men in
Warhol.
Black, he was an alien.
that
Yeah.
was generally impossible to get people to do what
Maybe
you wanted
not
them
just
to
in
do
Men in
by
Black.
talking to them. They would turn against you, subvert your wishes, disobey you, in sheer perversity.
Well done.
Perversity. You gotta rewind it every once in a while. That's not the right word. We gotta rip it.
Let's see that not so fast a little bit.
He once told a friend, "I learned that you actually have more power when you shut up." Quote from Andy Warhol.
Is that seriously Andy Warhol just getting it?
Yeah.
Good on you.
In his later life, Warhol employed his strategy with great success. His interviews works exercises in oracular speech.
You know, I'm gonna bring my...
Oracular.
You pronounce it right. That's oracular.
Oracular.
Yeah.
I just never even heard that. Like,
Well,
calm
okay.
down, book.
So
chill
so
the fuck out.
It's essentially like vernacular. Okay.
Vernacular. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same thing.
All right.
This guy's using words over here. This guy's using
I'm
words.
using words, folks. I can read them. I don't know what they are, though.
Words.
He would say something vague and ambiguous. I know what that is. The ambiguously gay duo. Ambiguously gay.
Was that an SNL sketch?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
They're ambiguously gay. Kind of like Andy Warhol.
That's funny.
And the interviewer would twist in circles trying to figure out, imagining there was something profound behind his often meaningless phrases. Warhol rarely talked about his work. He let others do the interpreting. The less he said about his work, the more people talked about it. And the more they talked, the more valuable his work became. God damn, dude, he's right. There's like soup can pictures that are worth fucking crazy amounts of money. And he's just like,
I've
nice.
seen him on Pawn Stars.
By saying less than necessary, you create the appearance of meaning and power. Also, the less you say, the less risk you run to say something foolish, even dangerous. In 1825, the new Tsar, Nicholas I, ascended the throne of Russia. A rebellion immediately broke out, led by the liberals, demanding that the country modernize. Not he, the country. My bad. That its industries and civil structures catch up with the rest of Europe, brutally crushing this rebellion.
Rebellion?
The rebellion.
Yeah,
The
Bread for the
Decembrist
rebellion.
uprising. Nicholas I sentenced one of the leaders Some fucking Russian guy. I'm not gonna bother trying to pronounce that shit. he fucking sent that guy to the fucking death. Alright? They didn't even have gulags yet. He's like, kill him! Kill him!
I do appreciate that you're just kind of being fair across the board, swatting everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, dude.
They're all dead.
No one's safe.
They're all dead.
You gotta respect
This guy's been
consistency.
dead for 200 years.
Right, dude.
It's actually about to be his 200th death anniversary. Well, since he said that shit. Nicholas I probably didn't die in the 25, but we'll just say he did. Fuck him. Anyway.
I mean, he's got a point. He's dead.
Oh, where was I?
He's really pissed. He's like, these
crushed
fuck-
her
I'm
uprising.
dead. These assholes won't say my name.
He's a dead guy. On the day of the execution, blah, 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 stood on the gallows, the noose around his neck. The trap door opened, but as blah, 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 blah dangled, the rope broke. Stop laughing at my pronunciation. I don't know what that guy's name was.
I'm gonna look
It's
at
called
it
Mr.
afterwards.
G or whatever it starts with.
Mr. K or something?
The rope broke, dashing him to the ground. At the time, events like this were considered signs of providence or heavenly will, and the man saved from execution from this way was usually pardoned. As Ravavlovlov got to his feet, bruised and dirtied, but believing his neck had been saved, he called out to the crowd, "You see, in Russia, they don't know how to do anything properly, not even how to make rope."
Wow.
A messenger.
Taking shots at Russia over here, dude.
I mean, how much should he tip somebody to like make that not work?
A messenger immediately went to the Winter Palace with news of the failed hanging. Vexed by this disappointing turnabout, Nicholas I nevertheless began to sign the pardon. But then, did Ravavlovlov say anything after this miracle? The Tsar asked the messenger. Sire, the messenger replied that he said that in Russia they don't even know how to make rope. In that case, the Tsar said,
I can't wait to read
let
this.
us fuck him in his ass. No. Prove the contrary. I was wrong. Well, I took a guess, and I was wrong. All right? And he tore up the pardon. The next day, Ravavlovlov was hanged again. This time, the rope did not break. Spoiler alert. Learn the lesson. Once the word's out, you cannot take them back. Yeah, if he would have just shut the fuck up, dude. Ravavlovlov would still be here to this day. A 490-year-old man just hanging out in Russia.
Just hanging out
Yeah.
in Russia because the rope breaks.
Yep. Pardons are like immortality over there, I think.
Yeah.
Because they never happen.
No.
All right.
No, they
It
don't.
was divine intervention.
Speaking of.
Keep them under control. Be particularly careful with sarcasm. The momentary satisfaction you gain with your biting words will be outweighed by the price you pay.
Ooh.
Poor Ravavlovlov, dude.
I'm gonna figure out. Like, we gotta see what this name is.
Right.
Relayev?
Nah.
Probably not.
Close. Ravavlovlov.
Mr. R.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
All right. Second red stuff. Here's
Oh,
time.
Jesus,
Time
here
for
we
fun,
go.
fellas.
Is that what we're calling this?
This is the good
Fun
time.
with the fellas.
Oysters open completely when the moon is full.
I love oyster sauce.
Is
Are
that-
you not entertained? Come
that
on, this
true?
is
I
gold.
said I love oyster sauce.
I mean, is that real?
What?
Oysters open completely when the moon is full?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What's
Yeah.
that?
What? Do you want me to call a moon goddess or something?
And
Fact
when-
check.
Yeah. Let me get Sailor Moon on the phone. Like, hey.
Oh no, just fucking call
Hey.
up a crystal fucking place. They probably got one around here. Like,
Ah,
you sell
there's definitely one in
you like
Crystal Lake.
crystal? Oh, I
sell
knew it.
oysters
I knew it.
that-
There's
Open up
definitely
down
one
there.
I knew it.
downtown.
I
I've
knew
been
it.
there.
I knew it. Of course, I knew that too. Of course. Probably bought some shit, didn't you? Crystal spoons or something.
They had any decent ones.
And when the crab sees it, it's hard to read the red, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
We went through this last
It's
time.
always crab season with you, bro.
It's always crab. And when the crab sees one, it throws a piece of stone or seaweed into it, and the oysters cannot close again. Oh, okay. So that serves the crab for meat. Crab meat. oysters are crab meat. All right. I don't know what this has
So
to
the
do.
crabs are eating oysters?
Oh, such is the fate to him who opens his mouth too much and thereby puts himself at the mercy of the listener. Leonardo da Vinci.
We had Da Vinci.
Yeah. This is,
Yeah, it's his fucking cousin.
You should put this law in the bank, bro.
This law blows, dude.
I think it's like he's purposely fighting against
I think
the
we need
law.
to reread that.
I don't like that law, dude. Fuck that law.
We could tell.
Image. The Oracle at Delphi. Oh, those bitches were just on fucking gas, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome. They're just like, oh, do we attack? They're just high as fuck. Like, yeah, somebody's gonna die tomorrow. And they're just like, it's gotta be the other guy, clearly. And then the guys are just like, yeah, give us your virgins. Yes. And then they're all gross and shit, just fucking finger blasting old fucking virgins.
This is the Oracle of Delphi.
The Oracle, yeah, dude. It was a
that
bunch
the
of
movie
gross
300?
guys. They were like, I interpret what that bitch just said. I'm the only one that can.
Yeah.
That's
I got
in
a
the movie
banger while I
300,
do it.
no?
Yeah.
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 They went to those caves and they're just like, what was going on here? I'm like, oh, there's a fucking gas leak. Obviously. Hey, put that bitch in that room and let's see what she says.
Is that
It's
some
like,
medical gas?
Crazy. What kind of gas you got, old man?
Right.
Hey, buddy, what kind of gas you got?
watch Blue Velvet. It's hilarious. Anyway.
Dennis Hopper is amazing. Matter of fact, if you haven't seen Super Mario, down the road, and I'm talking about the original Super Mario.
It's a great double feature for the kids.
Yes, exactly. We'll be
It's a great double feature for the kids.
Unreal.
killing it over here.
Oh, shit.
Boswick Jungle, BJ, you are
No
on point.
one disobeyed the Oracle. They held the power of life and death, authority. Never start moving your own lips and teeth before the subordinates do. Okay, that's fair. The longer I kept quiet, the sooner the others moved their lips and teeth on my fucking... Never mind. Nobody wants teeth, dude. Anyway, as they move their lips and teeth, I can thereby understand their real intentions. Or to get a raise, because they're obviously trying to get a raise. Except they should use less teeth. Anyway.
And more compliments.
It's so huge! Yeah, that would be nice.
We are literally just like the Three Stooges at this point, and that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, look at the grouse.
Guys, I like Deadmau5. How about you?
Yes.
For fucking months, my
Yes.
friends just let me say that out loud.
I was never a fan. The only song I like from that guy is "Where's the Cheese," I think, or the
Cheese is
cheese.
good.
Wait, what's it called? The reward is cheese.
The reward is cheese, or the reward is bounce is good too.
Yeah, but
The
it's
remix.
funny that he said Deadmau 5, and his friends encouraged him.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I always read it. I know it's
Yeah.
like mouse. But
He even said it at one of his live shows, it's pronounced Deadmau5.
yeah.
Like, before the show begins, he's got a screen with like a bunch of writing going on there, and one of the things
If you
is,
take it literally for how it looks,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Mile 5.
Deadmau 5. So
He says that's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
okay, so then
That's-
everybody's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, just do you, boo.
Everybody's
So what if
an asshole.
Zed's Dead did a collab? Would it be like Zed's Dead Mile 5?
I mean, kind of. But I don't think nobody wants to collab with Dead Mouse.
Or Zed Mile 5?
He's a bit of an asshole.
That's actually, that would
Zed
be
Mile
it.
5, yeah,
Zed
that
Mile
would
5
be
would
that,
actually
right?
be it. Because I was thinking, I was doing it in my head, and I was like, dead. I'm like, nah, that
Zed's
wouldn't work.
Dead
Right,
Mile 5?
dead.
Yeah, dead. Or dead squared.
No, I like the
Yeah.
Zed
Zed's
Mile 5.
Zed's Mile 5, yeah. That actually sounds cool, too.
Right, dude.
Like,
Totally cool.
that actually sounds really cool, too, bro.
Zed's
Zed's
Mile
Mile 5.
Let's make this collaboration happen. guys.
Right. Hey, guys.
Just throw me in your
Zed's dead. Dead Mile 5. Law
Zed Mile
number
5.
5.
Zed Mile 5.
Law number 5.
Zed Mile 5.
Wow.
Law number 5. All right,
Here we
guys.
go, guys. It's all. How do we not say that word again?
Succinct.
It's all succinct, guys.
It's all sucking it.
Hey, guys, it's just as Glenn said, you gotta make it the right offer, dude. You gotta make the right offer.
How banal. I love
15 grand. Oh wait, no.
You like how I
30
just
grand.
rolled through banal,
That's
right?
right, dude. I was just like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what banal means.
I know what banal means. I know what most of these words mean. God damn it. Be anal? Of course I know what that means.
All right. Zedmouth 5.
Banal.
Fellas, here we go. Law number 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life.
Oh.
Yeah, dog. I mean, so you better be carrying around a revolver. Magnum 57. Dirty
What?
hair, son.
Hypothetically.
What? Oh, no.
Guard it with
Unless
your
you're
life.
into carrying.
It's metaphorical guard.
Yeah, you are correct on this one.
You
We're,
gotta
we're
guard it
big-
with metaphors.
Guarded metaphors?
You gotta guard it with metaphors.
Okay.
So. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of fucking.
How many teas did you have before we started?
What?
Oh no, this is my 4th.
Cheers.
Oh man, you guys are too much.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I had 2 before I came here, so this is my 4th.
Oh, beautiful, dude. Excellent. I noticed you were a little loose too. I'm like, me and this guy are both kind of loose right now,
Yeah, dude.
and I like it.
I'm pretty like, seriously. I've had the one. Like I'm the tight ass here. Fuck. Anyways, yeah, the judgment.
What do you get?
Judgment Day. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable and will be attacked on all sides. Make your reputation unassailable. Always be alert to potential attacks and thwart them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputations.
Okay.
Then stand
Well,
aside.
dude, how many enemies
Hey,
you
hey,
got,
hey, hey.
man?
Then stand aside and let public opinion hang them.
Yeah. I
So,
thought,
like-
I thought you were gonna open some holes somewhere
Well,
else.
Yeah.
well, hold on. So let's interpret this real quick.
Right.
So that only applies, I guess, if you have enemies. So I can't
Everybody's-
really
you-
think
you got
right
enemies,
now.
you just- they're not-
If I do
Right.
have enemies, I don't know that they're enemies.
Yes.
Keys to power. All right, it's okay. I'm censoring myself. I mean, this is good for me. This is great. The people around us, even our closest friends, will always to some extent remain mysterious and unfathomable. Their characters have secret recesses that they never reveal. The unknowableness of other people could prove disturbing if we thought about it long enough, since it would make it impossible for us, really, to judge other people. So we prefer to ignore the fact and to judge people on their appearances, on what is most visible to our eyes. Clothes, gestures. I meant gestures, like you're making a gesture.
Yeah.
All right, words and actions. In the social realm, appearances are the barometer of almost all of our judgments, and you must never be misled into believing otherwise. One false slip, one awkward or sudden change in your appearance can prove disastrous. So if you have a terrible, appearance though, and then you improve
So
it,
this book's based off of you having to be an attractive individual in the first place.
Yes. You didn't know that?
you
It's
have
life, dude.
Yeah, one of the laws of power is you got to be attractive. Good for you, bud.
Yeah, you're living life
Fuck
with
off.
the cheat code, dildo.
Fuck off,
all right?
dude.
Me and Ben got to struggle
Right,
for everything
dude.
we got.
Right, dude. I'm trying to be smart.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Thank
Yeah,
God I
right,
have
yeah.
the funny bone, or else I'm fucked, dude.
Yeah, right.
Even that's questionable.
Yeah, listen, I like your taste. You're doing well.
Oh,
All right,
man.
all right. Okay.
As I'm holding the bone.
Yeah, I saw that. This is the reason for the supreme importance of making and maintaining a reputation that is of your own creation.
Oh.
That reputation will protect you in the dangerous game of appearances, distracting the probing eyes of others from knowing what you are really like, and giving you a degree of control over how the world judges you. A powerful position to be in. In the beginning, you must work to establish a reputation for one outstanding quality, whether generosity or honesty. or cunning. This quality sets you apart. It gets other people to talk about you. You then make your reputation known to as many people as possible. Subtly, though, take care to build slowly and with a firm foundation. And watch as it spreads like wildfire.
And herpes.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how herpes was born, isn't it? Herpes was like, I need a reputation.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Fuck. A solid reputation increases your... Woo! Well done,
I mean, there's
boys.
nothing that spreads faster than the reputation of having herpes.
The 48 laws of herpes.
Yeah.
A solid reputation increases your presence and exaggerates your strengths without your having to spend much energy.
Why are you the guy from fucking... Folks, I'm sick of living in a van down by the river. Why
Matt Foley?
Why are you down by the river guy all
I
of a
mean,
sudden?
why am I Matt Foley?
Was there a quote? Was you reading a quote?
What?
Was that a quote?
I'm reading the book.
Oh, I thought that was a quote. That's why you
No.
were doing the voice. Your voice changed.
I
I'm just
honestly,
saying.
I thought I was
It
bringing
threw me off. I thought it was a quote.
I thought I was bringing you back into the fold real quick.
Well.
Speaking of folding.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
man, the gambler.
What happened, man?
Shout out the gambler.
Shout out the
You gotta
gambler.
know when to hold 'em.
And
know when to fold 'em.
'em.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
Yes.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Plenty of time to count when the dealing's done. All right. It'll be time
So that
enough
is-
to count when
That
the
is
dealing.
that is literally words of wisdom from the legend. I think it is Kenny Rogers.
Or is that Kenny Loggins?
No, isn't Kenny Loggins the
the
Danger Zone?
80s Danger Zone guy.
Yeah. Kenny
Gotta know
yeah.
to hold 'em down.
I know the difference
fold
between.
'em
Dude,
down.
I'm pretty sure I know the difference between Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins
I don't.
because of Archer.
Oh. Yeah. I gotta read through.
Kenny
go through
Rogers,
Archer.
yeah. Kenny Rogers.
I
is
lost
the
interest.
gambler.
Not interest, but like lost touch with Archer around fucking season 10.
Oh, I get it, dude. Like,
Same with Always Sunny. I gotta get more on Always Sunny.
is
Shout
that
out
something that
Always
you're trying to
Sunny.
do? Hey, shout outs, Always Sunny. Wonderful cast. We love you. It can also create an aura around you that will instill respect, even fear. In the fighting in the North African desert during World War II, the German general Erwin Rommel had a reputation for cunning and for deceptive maneuvering that struck terror into everyone who faced him. Even when his forces were depleted and when British tanks outnumbered his by 5 to 1, entire cities would be evacuated at the news of his approach.
Yeah, because it was British tanks.
Yeah, and Erwin Rommel was a badass, but it really
You know
got
who's better? What's his name? Patton?
General
Patton.
George S. Patton. You know what? Patton really wanted to square off.
He wanted to
again.
keep going.
Yeah.
Like East Berlin and then Prussia.
Oh, he didn't want
and
to
then on
stop.
to like he just wanted to take.
Yeah, dude, he was
all-
like, let's
go.
let's take
He's like
care
the
of
real
business.
enemy at this point is communism. Let's keep going. Everybody else is just war sick. They're like,
Yeah, they're like, listen, I want to get back to my wife and kids.
and it's like we
Well,
didn't
I'm
want
gonna
to
go find
We
them
didn't want
like
to
that.
immediately start
That's
war
why it survived.
with our enemy.
Crush
We
your
also,
enemies. No.
Well, it's also because like we actually had one of our I think his name was General Vettermeyer. He was in China as it was getting taken over. by
Chickadee
China.
China.
He was in China as a consultant, and relaying information back to the American government as China was being taken over and converted to communism. He actually recommended to the American government, he's like, hey, we should probably step in here and do something. He's like, because this is going to turn into a problem for
America. You know?
Speaking of America, make your reputation simple and base it on one sterling quality.
Yeah, we'll fuck you up. That's our reputation.
That is our reputation. This single quality, efficiency.
Use our money.
Efficiency,
Not
say,
even
or
anymore.
seductiveness becomes a kind of calling card that announces your presence and places others under a spell. So we got to be wizards, guys.
That's a really
Sweet.
good point.
Yeah.
Ninja pirate wizard.
Wizard. All
Well,
right.
hold on. Is that one base quality though? I mean, listen, we'll make it work. That's fine. If you want that to be your reputation.
No, Ninja Pirate Wizard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
You
Hollywood-
identify?
I got
Hollywood-
three creature types.
I don't know if that's out. Making me do it.
Fuck.
Legendary creature. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Ninja Pirate Wizard.
Pirate Wizard.
Reputation is a treasure to be carefully collected and
travel.
hoarded.
Roll for initiation.
Especially when you are first establishing it, you must protect it strictly, anticipating all attacks on it. Once it is solid, do not let yourself get angry or defensive at the slanderous comments of your enemies. That reveals insecurity, not confidence in your reputation. Take the high road instead, and never appear desperate in your self-defense. On the other hand, an attack on another man's reputation is a potent weapon, particularly when you have less power than he does. He has much more to lose in such a battle, and your own thus far small reputation gives him a small target when he tries to return your fire. But this tactic must be practiced with skill. You must not seem to engage in petty vengeance. If you do not break your enemy's reputation cleverly, you will inadvertently ruin your own.
So don't go out there and tell him that, hey, this guy's got a tiny
No,
penis.
when I listen to this, this all just seems like if you're trying to climb the ladder socially
Oh yeah, no.
in public. This is
Yeah.
like I think of this and I think of politicians.
That's
Or,
exactly kind of
like
what this is.
council members or
It's-
like people that I don't know, like
You
Well,
add
people
all.
who
people
crave
who are
power.
the wards of the
People
city.
who crave power.
Yeah,
That's what this book is for.
Yeah.
right.
It's
fair enough.
48 ways for people who crave power to literally denigrate and deteriorate other people and assume their power.
So I guess again, these individual laws apply to when they do apply to a situation in life. So
Yeah.
so this one in particular seems almost like for me would only be applied politically, or
Yeah.
if again you're trying to.
Well, no, because your
Trying to
reputation
step
in
into somebody
business.
else's role.
For instance, let's say you were to
Well, I
fuck
think
somebody over.
too, like you're kind of
You wouldn't be
ex-
using this like you wouldn't be
you're-
doing this like at
well,
your
here-
job.
here's
You're like,
the other thing too. I think for you, you're kind of reacting to this last part where kind of like you're just like, I was on board for most of this reputation and protecting your reputation and hoarding your reputation, and then you're like, and then you go after other people's reputation. You're like, fuck. I think that's kind of what you're reacting to because
yeah, I would feel like so.
Well,
Yeah,
you
48
don't
laws of
like
power,
the-
but I would feel like your reputation, if you did those things prior to that line, like you wouldn't have to worry about somebody else's reputation. They would destroy themselves. You like let them. I have some herbage right over here. Yeah.
You shouldn't have to just throw.
Boom.
You were in the middle of a thought. Keep it going.
No, it's cool. I can do.
I was
both.
trying to do it silently.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's in the middle.
But,
I don't
but
want to
no,
distract him, but. See?
Again, you stand for yourself. You shouldn't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
Your reputation would just hold up, especially if you
Well-
keep it so sacred and you project that
Well, look
you're only
at-
as good as what comes out of your mouth. So if you're gonna say some negative shit about somebody, they're better to hold truth in that. Like otherwise, again, that'll ruin your own reputation. So you would let somebody destroy their own reputation by them eating themselves.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Look at the modern circumstances.
But that was brought upon him.
You don't want to ruin you don't want that to reflect on like the other guy vouched.
Right.
Like reputation
That's the problem.
fuck there. Like so this holds true if that guy would have thought a little bit more about that.
oh yeah,
about
like
the potential.
exactly, like and that is kind of the thing. Is like this is actually, so that is how that kind of applies.
And also, sorry, but somebody else's
and what
reputation.
are the reasons?
Oh, no.
But you think about it. Hold on.
Dude's gonna get fucking burned, man.
Yeah, dude. But,
You know,
and
like,
that's
his
the
name's
thing,
gonna
though.
be fucking
you
burned.
think about that though. Why is he getting burned? Because he didn't take the care to protect his own reputation.
Correct.
Well,
Bam.
that's the thing. So essentially, that's how this all applies.
Is
It's
it
like
certain
first,
somebody else,
It's
though?
two parts. It's two parts.
Well,
First
this-
off, it's two parts, or three parts. But let me get these two out first.
Okay.
First off, you start by building your reputation,
Right.
and you build it through
For years.
you build it through authenticity and genuineness, right?
Yeah.
And then secondly, you make sure that your reputation draws the right type of people to you. And if they're not on the level and they're not protecting their reputations the same way, that shows in their actions.
But
And
all right,
I think
let's
what it is.
dissect that though real quick because people show their truest colors at the craziest times. No, start this up. You know, you could be cool with somebody for 20 years and growing up with them, and they flip on you on a fucking dime, man. So
Yeah,
it's like, how do you ever?
You weren't
know,
cool.
I'm
you
not
were-
talking from personal experience. I'm talking from a friend of a
No,
friend.
you'll be surprised. This is a good quote.
So check it out.
Hold
Like,
on,
for
hold
that
on.
one- For that one, that's
There's
the
a lot
football
more
power.
people
Less
out
is
there
more.
that are cool with you because it's convenient than anything else.
Well,
Once
dude,
it
like,
becomes
wasn't
inconvenient to be
that
cool with
law
you,
number
you'll find
2?
out they're not cool with you.
Law 2.
No.
Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's
You're well, hey, you're learning it now, babe. And guess what? Once I finish this, you get to take fucking
It's a
number
good
6.
thing you're my frenemy.
Oh, 4 to 10. That's perfect for him.
Bro, it is actually.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
6 is
I
going
don't even want to know.
Shut up. Well, let me finish then. Guys.
Oh, you already done that. You're past that.
What? No, I'm right there.
Oh, okay. You're
He's
there.
got some red to read, okay?
Oh, we got a little red to read.
Well, I got this, that, and
Yeah,
the arrow
the
on the
other
next
thing.
page.
Right, I was going to say
Never-
the same thing, dude.
All right, guys. All right.
All right.
I've been
All
the
right,
red
hey,
here.
we didn't do any
I've been the-
belly slap.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, wrong show.
Yeah, take it easy,
All
boy.
right.
Never go too far in your attacks, for that
That was
will
good.
draw more attention to your own vengefulness than to the person you are slandering. When your own
Yeah.
reputation is solid, use subtler tactics such as satire and ridicule to weaken your opponent while making you out as a charming rogue. Dude, that sounds like you.
Yeah, I am a charming rogue. That does sound like me.
The Mighty Lion toys. The Mighty Lion toys with in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The Mighty Lion toys with the mouse that crosses his path. Any other reaction would mar his fearsome reputation. All right, we're going through the red now.
Oh.
What?
Oh. We're going
What?
red. We're going red.
What?
Oh.
4, as Cicero says, even those who argue against fame still want the books they write against it to bear their name
Bear.
and the title and hope to become famous for despising it.
He said bear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like
It
going
was,
to
it was
the
even
movie and they
spelled
say
with
that
it. What
it's
am
like
I'm looking at the microphone. I'm
vertical limit. We just went to the vertical limit. He just did the thing. It's not even the same thing. You're hissing again.
I can't help it. I mean, do you want me to heartily guffaw and spike us?
Oh, yeah, if we could channel it into something like that. That'd be awesome.
Like my bam from earlier?
Yes.
Here, if you
Everything
lay
else-
down here, baby boy, and then you can hold that up and get the light and still get into the microphone.
Nah, dude, I'm good. Hold on, I got this. Everything else is subject to barter. We will let our friends have our goods and our lives if need be. But a case of sharing our fame and making someone else the gift of our reputation is hardly to be found. Montaigne, 1533 to 1592. It is easier to cope with a bad conscience than with a bad reputation. That was Frederick Nietzsche.
The other one was Joe
Frederick Nietzsche.
Montaigne.
Joe Montaigne?
Yeah, is that what you said?
Oh, Montaigne.
No, Montaigne.
Oh, Joe Montaigne.
It's Montaigne.
Joe Montaigne.
It's Montaigne.
What are you watching, Waterboy?
Yeah, right.
Famous actor Joe. That's not even.
Frederick Nietzsche,
Wait.
1844 to 1900. Fuck off, guys.
Joe Montaigne
I'm almost
is an
here.
actor.
I'm almost here. I'm almost done, guys.
No,
I'm almost
you're
done.
not. You're not. You got a whole pyramid to read.
It's an arrow.
Oh, it is an arrow. Is it a house? Might
It
be
is
a house.
actually a house.
Oh,
It's a
I got it.
foundation.
House of words.
Pointing upwards if you listen and follow what I'm about to say.
Well.
Image.
I'm being interrupted.
Image. A mine full of diamonds and rubies. You dug for it. You found it. And your wealth is now assured. Guard it with your life. Robbers and thieves will appear from all sides. Never take your wealth for granted. And constantly renew it. Time will diminish the jewels' luster and bury them from sight. Authority.
We're on all sides right now. Let's get him.
Therefore, Therefore, I should
No, he
wish.
broke, dude.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all
That's
broke.
right. I
don't-
forgot he's a vagabond.
We don't have any rubies or diamonds.
I
amongst
legit-
any of us.
I
Like,
legit for months thought he was a vagabond when I met
Dude.
him.
Matter of fact, the last
We were
time I
hanging
was
out
over
for a
here,
while. He
right.
had a hotel room. Like I had to get a hotel room during COVID after I went to summer camp because my mom's like insane.
Yeah.
So she's like, "I'll buy you a hotel." I'm like, she was like getting me a Motel 8, and I'm like, nah, lady, if you're gonna make me get a hotel, Holiday Inn.
We're gonna at least go to the hotel that they sing about.
And
Right.
they have a fucking
100%.
pool. I wanted a pool.
Yeah. So
But-
we're coming back from like summer camp. He's
Thought he was a vagabond.
yeah, dude. He
Thought
actually
he was just.
he still
roaming the
thinks
earth.
I'm a vagabond.
I still kind of believe
he
it.
still thinks I'm a vagabond.
I don't think he has a job.
You are a bear.
Yeah.
You're just bearing around.
I'm still not convinced he doesn't live here without me knowing it.
The guy on the couch.
Yeah, right. I am that guy, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a key and shit.
All right, 100%. Well, dude, yeah. I mean, I know how to get
Mail
in.
coming here.
I know how to. Listen,
hell?
you can't keep me out of your place if if I want to get in. I mean,
I would.
yeah, I know. That sounded weird, anyways. Anyway, authority. Therefore, I should wish our courtier to bolster up his
Oh.
inherent worth with skill and cunning,
Courtier,
and ensure. Yeah, from last time, and
Courtier.
ensure
We're all
that
courtiers.
whenever he has to. Okay, stop riding my coats.
The
and
training.
ensure. Fucking A.
We've only got through 5 verses.
And
Justify.
ensure that whenever he has to go where he is a stranger, he is the fame which appears to rest on the opinions of many, fosters a certain unshakable belief in a man's words, which is then easily strengthened in minds already thus disposed and prepared. What is this? Baldassare Castiglione, 1478, 1529.
Paul Bear, in other words. It was the
Yeah.
Paul Bear. That's
Yeah.
the Paul Bear's actual name.
Yeah.
And you were coming. I
I
can't do the
That
Paul
would be,
Bear.
what, 55 or 56
I just
years
remember
old?
the
Wow,
Paul
that's
Bear.
pretty old for
I'm
back
sorry to anybody that fucking knows wrestling. That was a bad Paul Bear.
That was rough.
I'm more of a Bam Bam Bigelow
Yeah.
guy. What can I say?
then. Fuck you.
Yeah. You're welcome, babe. Man, dude, you are really. Dude, I'll be honest though. I'm gonna take. You've told me, fuck you, like 4 times tonight. I'm taking these as blessings. 1, 2, 3,
You know what?
4.
The
I'm getting blessed.
fuck you is an inverted thank you.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting blessed 4 times. My favorite number.
All right. Law number 6. Court attention at all costs. Judgment. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing.
Excellent, dude.
Never let yourself get lost in the crowd, then or buried in oblivion.
It's good.
Stand out. Be conspicuous at all costs.
Wait.
Conspicuous.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
right?
It's
No,
one of
no.
them
No, you're right.
dash words.
But it's like I was just like, I've always thought be inconspicuous, dude.
Make yourself
Be
a magnet of
inconspicuous in
attention
the shadows.
Yeah.
walking around.
by
Backstab.
appearing larger,
Backstab.
more
Backstab.
colorful,
Backstab.
Assassin's Creed.
more mysterious than
He's
the
got a
bland
reputation.
and timid masses.
So murder guys, but out in the open.
Dress flashy
I know.
and
Catch attention.
draw attention.
Isn't this what we said? That
Hollywood.
this is your chapter. Each of us read our own chapters
Yeah.
today. The proper
Are you wearing a
chapters.
scarf? Look at
Yes.
you, buddy.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving. It's chilly outside.
It's not
I went with
Thanksgiving.
the flannel.
It's Thanksgiving week.
Right.
Either way, it's fall. Just say it's
Exactly.
fall. It got
Fall
chilly.
colors.
Fall colors. Yeah, he matches.
It's chilly in the
He
basement.
matches
Here we're
the
basement
season.
boys, and
We're
it's
the
chilly.
basement boys. dude.
does match the season, doesn't he?
Tis the season.
I like to
For the squeezing,
accessorize.
dude.
Thank you.
I can tell. You look great, kid.
Thanks.
Fucking guy.
All right, the keys to power.
Load him up, Johnny.
Burning more briefly than those around you in a skill that no one is born with, you have to learn to attract attention. At the start of your career, you must attach your name, and reputation to a quality and image that sets you apart from other people. This image can be something like a characteristic, style, or dress, or a personality quirk that amuses people and gets talked about. Once the image is established, you have an appearance, a place in the sky for your star.
So it's that old watch trick where you're like, hey, what time is it? And it's really your penis around your wrist. So you get known as that guy. Like, hey, check it out. It's quirky, right? A new spin on an old classic.
Yeah.
Tell me how that works out for you.
Yeah, dude. I'm not sure if that gimmick's gonna work.
Hashtag me3. All right.
Hashtag me3.
It is a common mistake to imagine that this particular appearance of yours should not be controversial. That to be attached is somehow bad. Nothing could be further from the truth. To avoid being a flash in the pan and having your notoriety eclipsed by another, you must not discriminate between different types of attention. In the end, every kind will work in your favor. The court of Louis IV contained many talented writers, artists, great beauties, and men and women of impeccable virtue. But no one was more talked about than the singular Duc de Luzon.
The dude guy, Lazone.
The Duke was short. You probably had SMS. Almost dwarfish.
What?
And he was prone.
Small message? I always thought it was a, we call it Napoleon complex. Is what I would
Yeah.
call it.
Same thing.
SMS, I
And
like it.
that the book is actually saying this too.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I've been
You must be
encountering
loving
that
this.
my whole life, dude.
The Drake was short, almost dwarfish, and he was prone to the most insolent kinds of behavior. He slept with the king's mistress
Oh.
and openly insulted not only others courtiers, but the king himself.
This guy sounds pretty cool.
Louis, however, was so beguiled by the other dukes' eccentricities that he could not bear his absences from the court. It was simple. The strangest of the duke's characters attracted attention. Once people were enthralled by him, they wanted him around at any cost.
It's like a Rasputin situation. Giant penis on that guy.
That makes things a lot
It's
easier.
in the museum, dude. But I'm like, that's not his, is it? Is that his? They're like, it's fucking his, dude. I'm like, that looks like a horse's penis. What the hell is going on? How?
They call me Seabiscuit.
Because you beat everybody else by 40 seconds. Finish.
Society craves larger than life figures.
It's all
People
right.
who stand above the general mediocrity.
Media.
Never be afraid, then, of the qualities that set you apart and draw attention to you. Court controversy, even scandal. It is better to be attacked, even slandered, than ignored. If you find yourself in a lowly position that often little opportunity for you to draw attention, an effective trick is to attack the most visible, most famous, most powerful person you can find.
Think of Donald Trump, dude.
When
Donald Trump during the debates.
Yeah.
He's like, who's my biggest threat? And he's
That's
just like,
exact.
Fuck this guy, he sucks. And
Yeah,
everybody's
that's
like, oh,
right,
shit.
dude.
Like,
Just attack.
immediately shit
Oh
on
my
the guy that
god,
was his
dude!
biggest
Just
enemy.
starts attacking their reputations
those guys just-
immediately.
Gone.
if you have a reputation to attack,
Yeah.
Apparently, he's probably read the 48 Laws of Power.
I think so.
I think he wrote it.
When Pietro
It's Robert
Argentino,
Greene, but that's his pen name.
Yeah.
a young Roman servant boy of the early
Yeah, he for sure read it. This is
16th
old.
century, wanted to get attention as a writer of verses, he decided to publish a series of satirical poems ridiculing the Pope and his affection for the pet elephant.
His elephant eats hay.
He was banging
and
an
he's
elephant?
Very gay. Oh,
that's bestiality.
cheer,
That's
hurrah,
beyond gay.
hurrah.
The attack put
Simple stuff like
Argentino
that.
in the public
No
eye
kink shame here.
immediately. A slanderous attack on a person in a position of power would
his
have
penis.
a similar effect.
His penis is small.
Remember, however, to use such tactics sparingly after you have the public's attention when the act can wear thin.
So
Makes sense?
yeah,
Only use it
you
every
keep
once
going,
in a while.
You keep going.
Don't cry wolf.
You keep saying the guy's a fascist, and then sometimes people are gonna start believing he's a fascist.
And then not believe he's a fascist because you call him a fascist so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I guess
Just
that-
because a group is called anti-fascist doesn't mean they aren't fascists themselves.
You know, it's great camouflage, actually, if you're a fascist, to call yourself an anti-fascist.
Yeah,
Because you're still letting people know that you're into fascism.
yeah.
You're just letting them know that...
We're not going to tolerate your other fascism.
Exactly.
We're not going to tolerate anything you
Yeah.
do, actually. And we're not going to let you speak. Oh. That's what they love.
Yeah. It's definitely not jungle love.
No.
O-E-O-E-O. Once in the limelight, you must constantly renew it by adapting and varying your method of courting attention. If you don't, the public will grow tired, will take you for granted, and will move on to a newer star. The game requires constant vigilance and creativity. Pablo Picasso never allowed himself to fade into the background. If his name became too attached to a particular style, he would deliberately upset the public with a new series of paintings that went against all expectations.
When did he die?
I don't remember when.
70s.
Oh yeah, Pablo Picasso.
Better to create something
we have
ugly.
That conversation, like him and Vincent Van Gogh. Like people think we're like way back in the
Well,
day.
Van Gogh was.
Wait, what?
What?
Did I? Yeah, I think I actually just did that wrong. I did. I'm gonna retract my statement about Vincent Van Gogh being from the 70s.
But Pablo
No,
Picasso.
Pablo Picasso died in the 70s.
Yeah.
He painted it earlier. Or maybe he died in the 40s?
What?
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 He just
Ah,
wasn't that
man.
old.
Don't listen to anything
Yeah.
we say. It is not reliable information.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to what we're reading
This
from this
isn't a
book.
history.
This is
fucking
way more
podcast.
reliable
Yeah.
than anything that comes out of
Yeah.
our mouths.
We're doing our best to
We're
read
kind
it
of just
to you.
goofing otherwise.
Take whatever we say with a grain of salt, please.
And then take that salt and shove it up your ass. All right?
It might burn a little.
Hey, herpes lasts forever, like he said.
It's got quite a reputation.
Every kiss begins with K, so does every herpes infection.
What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Except for
Except
herpes.
herpes.
Yeah.
Except herpes.
AIDS or any other murder. Who had the joke? Norm Macdonald had the joke. He's like, yeah, apparently you go to Vegas and everything you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. Turns out if you murder a guy, they will go to your state and they will bring you back and then try you in front of a jury of your peers. That's the thing. Such a good Norm bit. And obviously that doesn't
So
do it
just dropping
justice at
truth.
all.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it justice, but he just like nonchalantly goes through the process
just,
of
like,
getting
so-
tried for murder. And it's
so
just like,
blasé.
obviously, you're not going to just get away with murder in Vegas.
No.
Good. I love it. Norm was the best.
Oh, you gotta bury him in the
the
desert.
best. I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah,
You did it wrong.
you
Right.
can dig a hole.
You gotta do it right, bud.
Come on, man. What were you thinking?
At this point, though, they're gonna fucking find.
So, it is better to create something ugly and disturbing
like
he
this,
believed
like what we've done
than
tonight.
to let viewers grow too familiar with his work. Understand, people feel superior to the persons whose actions they can predict. If you show them who is in control by playing
Nice, dude. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
this-
that look. Like,
All right,
I-
contacts needed to
I
focus.
cannot wait till you bring
Oh,
your
Against their
What?
expectations. You both gain their respect and tighten your hold on
oh,
their
oh,
fleeting
tighten
attention.
your hold, ladies and gentlemen. Not tighten your hole. Thought it was tighten
We're going
your
back
hole.
to the red, folks.
Yeah, going back to the red.
Pardon me.
You're excused. Take a walk.
The Wasp and the Prince. A wasp named Pintail was long in the quest of some dead that would make him forever jealous. What the fuck?
What is going on here?
Told you, the red's difficult to get even through.
No, man, it doesn't even make sense, the words.
Oh.
Oh, well,
Is this okay?
yeah,
fine.
just to let you know, though, like, yes, there is, like, some modified spelling of some of these, especially, like, with,
No, this words just don't make sense. A wasp named Pintail was long in his quest of some dead that would make him forever famous.
No,
oh,
deed, and it's
oh,
long,
quest of some deed.
long
Jesus.
in quest of some deed that
Wow.
would make him forever famous.
Man, I suck even
Yeah,
with the
but
light.
what year was that
You
from?
need your glasses, Grandpa.
Holy
What
shit.
year?
We're looking at. Hold on. Let me see. Whoa.
It doesn't even say.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
It's over. It goes.
It's
No, it
just
doesn't even
an
say.
Indian fable. That's all it says.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
dumb then.
All right.
What
To
kind
start
of Indian?
over with
What
the
kind of
correct
Indian?
words.
What kind of Indian, though?
It
We don't
doesn't-
know
Yeah,
yet.
right. We don't know.
There's a quote. Just what Indian, though?
It doesn't say. It just says Indian fable.
Ooh.
The wasp. And
We'll
the
get
prince.
to it.
Ooh.
The wasp and the prince.
Oh, this is
Starting over.
here.
No, like
Oh, they didn't have princes.
yeah, they didn't have princes. It's
We had
Indian,
wasps
most likely.
as the all
It-
meaning
it-
like,
this-
oh, it's some animal shit, but then as soon as you said prince.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
is
just
this
like-
like the beaver and the snake?
Yeah,
No, that would be over here Indian.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Wasp and the Prince. A wasp named Pintail was long in the quest of some deed that would make him forever famous.
Bastard.
So one day he entered the king's palace and stung the little prince, who was in bed. The prince awoke with loud cries. The king and his courtiers rushed in to see what had happened. The prince was yelling at the wasp, stung him again and again. The courtiers tried to catch the wasp, and each in a turn was stung. The whole royal household rushed in. The news soon spread, and people flocked to the palace. The city was in an uproar, and businesses suspended. Said the wasp to itself before it expired from the efforts, "A name without fame is like your fire without a flame. There's nothing like attracting notice at any cost."
You should have read that.
Indian fable.
You should have read that.
the way the voice.
Yeah,
right.
Let me go back and.
A wasp named Pintail was long in the question that would make
That's a
him
choice.
forever famous.
That's definitely a choice.
It was a choice.
I like
He
that.
made a choice.
Wow.
Attention at all costs. Attention
Indian
at all
fable.
costs. Hey,
Swish.
from downtown.
Even when I'm railed at, I get my quota of renown. Pietro Artino, 1492 to 1556.
What? Yeah. That's actually baller.
Right,
That-
dude.
Dude, that one's great. Even when I'm railed at, I get my quota of renown. That's hard as
Some
F.
fucking Italian guy, 1492 to 1556.
God, that guy lived to be 62.
Pietro
64.
Artino. Pietro Artino.
I like it. Let me finish up.
My bad. It's nice though.
All right. 2 more red things. Image. The limelight. The actor who steps into this brilliant light attains a height of ended presence. All eyes are on him. There is room for only one actor at a time. In the limelight's narrow beam. Do whatever it takes to make yourself its focus. Make your gestures so large, amusing, and scandalous that the light stays on you while the other actors are left in the shadows.
See, the penis watched.
Are left in the shadows is all one word. Just
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Definitely at the bottom. Are left in the shadows.
Are left in the
Are left in the shadows.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Left in the
but it is
shadows.
now.
Well,
I
it
guess
is
it
because
is
they're
one-
trying to make
you know
a
what?
shape.
Maybe it is one word.
They're trying to make shapes with these things.
Yeah.
That's
See, it's
supposed
a
to be like
circle for some reason.
Candle. I think it's a
All
right.
or something, or
Last paragraph
exclamation
here.
Penis or something.
An
The
exclamation.
last paragraph
Yeah.
is authority.
Ooh, chill
Every
out.
single last
I need you
paragraph
to
is the
express
authority.
your authority.
Be
dude.
ostentatious
Oh,
and be
nicely
seen.
done.
What is not seen as though it did not exist, it was light that first caused all creation to shine forth. Display fills up many blanks, covers up deficiencies, and gives everything a second life, especially when it's backed by genuine merit.
Yeah, when you pull.
Balthazar, Gratian, 1601 to 1658.
When you pull your penis out and use it as your watch, you get to stretch it. You get to stretch it so it's you're like pre-fluffing it, you know? It's always going to seem like
Does
it's
your
like,
penis
oh,
also have a
good penis.
watch?
Oh, that's the move.
That
dude.
is the move, isn't it?
Attach a penis to your watch.
Attach your penis to your watch.
Law 7's looking pretty good, folks. If you're a fucking asshole.
All right. And that's actually, because we're doing 3 an episode, right?
Yeah. Now we... Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's been a pleasure.
yeah, is there any takeaways that you boys have from these laws? Because, like, what? Law 5 was...
No, I'm not going to lie, though, man.
Law 4 was say less, right?
Yep.
Or less is more. Law
Device.
5 is your
It's political.
is reputation.
Devised
Yeah.
Reputation is important.
Destroying
Devised
others' reputation.
Number 6,
Reputation and destroying others.
number 6 is just get attention however you can.
Forever famous.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, number 7 was. Oh, yeah, number 6 was.
Six,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
ending
sorry,
on
sorry,
7.
sorry. You're
What
right.
are you?
I'm skipping ahead.
Bring your reading glasses next week.
Done.
All right, cool, dude. Well, this has been a fun episode.
Of,
I'm Bear Swiftly,
Hollywood.
Boswick Jungle.
Boswick. Just doing some pre-reading of the
Yeah, just doing some
Indian reading.
some
over-
pre-cum reading over here.
Makes it fun.
Have
to
yourself
read
a good
everything.
holiday.
It makes everything fun
We'll
to
see
read
you
it with
next
an
time for
accent.
7, 8, 9. Deuces.
Oh.